Here we are at the Flint Silver Mine, completion of the lower roof section and upper roof section up there at the very top. We'll go take a look at it from the inside. This is the completion of the 2023 work that we're doing, so from the inside. Replaced a few joists, most of them were still good. We're going to need to come back and do some siding. We got posts that are leaning out down there, that'll have to be redone. And then it's hard to tell, but down there there's some other beams that'll need to be reworked as well. But new lath and metal on all this section of roof down here. As we work our way up, you can see a lot of this new work that's been done for the siding, running all the way up, as well as all the roofing. Today we just wrapped up this section out here of that roof and got the flashing on and everything. Just give it that added protection over the winter. All this roof was worked year 1, this section year 2, and the lowest section down there, and the uppermost section year 3, which is this year. As we work our way up, as we know, all these stairs were already reworked. This whole section up here was done last week. Up above here, all new lath and new metal on it. This is below the ore crusher here. As we work our way up, we'll head out the window and onto the roof so that we can take a look at each section. Bear with me as I climb through here. So this section was done last week in core 10, and it will match the core 10 that was done. This is year 1 core 10, which has your oils that create the surface layer of rust. As we work our way down, see, this was all year 1 last week. This next section was done last year, and it's already catching up. It's almost there. You see this rust patina that goes on the surface there. Jump down this next section here. This section has the windows in it with the rope system on wood hinges. And again, this roof was done last year. And this roof was also put on last week. As we'll come down this section as well. Take a look at everything. And today we wrapped it up by putting on all new siding in this section here. It just felt more comfortable that we did this siding and flashing this year before winter hits. And really just protecting all the work that we did inside. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be invited back to work on this again, and we're looking forward to doing a little bit more work that we think should be done siding wise on the mill over there and on the bunkhouse as well. Any additional work that needs to be done there. So it is highly recommended that next year, or as budget allows, that we continue with the siding on this lower section. We're definitely wanting to get this side done, get the front side done, as it badly needs it. There's a little bit of work to do on the inside, not a whole lot, just in order to be able to do the siding. Then it's also recommended to get this lower section of siding done as well. It's just coming apart and kind of brittle and breaking off in certain areas. You can tell up to the door at least is what we're thinking. Year number one, we did some patchwork on this side after fixing some beams and posts that were all blown out. It is recommended to replace the rest of the siding on here, but not a top priority. It is recommended to replace this section of the bridge support as the new section there. A couple of more concrete footers to hold everything in place down below, removing the old stuff and putting new beams in place. It's still holding it right now, but everything feels a little bit lightweight and not super stable, and I would just hate for any of that to slip out and the bridge come down after doing all this other work to save the bridge and the tip house there. So this is fairly highly recommended to get that section done as well. This section of siding here is not super imperative, as it's still fairly decent considering its age. This section of siding up here will be recommended to replace, as well as a little bit more on the tip house. We've done some. The back is okay, but there's a little bit of siding that needs to be probably done up there in that area. So this siding, a little bit more on the tip house, this lower section under here would be good. Overall, this continues to be a fantastic project to work on. It's always a pleasure to come up here and get some good mountain air. We'd love to be able to rebuild the assay office. And any additional siding that needs to be done on here